10 Downing Street kitty cat?
10
kitty
Downing
cat.
Street, Larry the kitty cat.
That's right, Larry the cat.
Tell us, Leo.
Larry the cat has been in office, if you want to use that terminology, for 15 years. For 10 years. He's 15 years old. This is now his 10-year anniversary. And he has seen quite a few prime ministers.
So he has tenure at number 10.
Yes, he has tenure.
I thought it was 15 years he'd been at.
Is it 15 years?
Well, here's the thing: is I know this for
Who
sure.
gives a cat's ass? Just
Well, he's seen a lot of pussy there.
Yeah. He's a mouser. That's his position, right? He's a mousier.
He's chief
Mousier.
mouser.
Very good. A mousier. Very good.
Mousier.
Yeah.
Apparently there was a mouse rat problem at 10 Downing Street.
Yeah.
No, that was the Prime Minister.
They were all elected. They were all elected. That was Rishi. Fishy Rishi. Yeah.
Fishy.
And he was brought into
And Jeremy rhymes with Hunt.
Jeremy rhymes with Hunt.
doesn't he?
Yeah. It was I think probably it's interesting that the cat, has been more stable than any prime minister that we've had so far.
Not hard to do.
I think we have to pause for a
In
moment.
fact, if it had been dead, it would have been more stable. It would have done more good for the country than 14 years of the Tories. If it had
I'm
been a
feline
dead
good.
cat.
Yeah.
You know, the dead cat thing, the dead cat effect. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mark.
No, I'm saying I'm feline good. Yeah.
Well, to Leo's point here, I'm aware that this cat, the average cat, lives about 15 years, about as long as this cat's been. What's our cat's name again?
Larry.
As long as Larry's been on duty, keeping the actual other furry mammals out, but not all the rats. There's been 6 prime ministers. Prime ministers.
Absolutely.
And the longest running prime minister in the history of the UK was a guy in the 1720s. His name was Robert Walpole.
Walpole, sure.
Bobby Walpole. Remember Bobby?
Bobby
remember
Walpole.
Bobby?
I remember Bobby.
Roger remembers him well.
Are you kidding? I was wearing his socks until this morning. Yeah.
and he was in office for 30 years.
Yeah.
30 years. So that's two of our kitty
Larrys.
cat. Is it Larry the cat?
Yeah.
2 Larrys for 1 prime minister.
Yeah.
Now
Wow.
we've got 6 prime ministers for 1 Larry.
That's
Well, you remind me of a story. I went to a private lunch one day for John Burko, if you remember him, the
Yeah.
loquacious, quite obnoxious, many would say, former speaker
As a speaker.
of the House.
Mm.
And he gave a talk at the end of that small private lunch, and it was. I always remember it. He's very, very short.
Yeah.
He's what do they say? Height challenged or whatever it is. And he said, folks, many of you may think that I am the shortest Speaker of the House that there ever was, but it's not true. There were 4 others who were shorter than I am.
Mm.
And he named these 4 speakers, or whatever they were, officers of the House. And he then said, yes, they were much shorter than me because each of them was decapitated.
Oh, that's wild. That's great.
You remind me of that story he told.
That's excellent. In the end, he was taller.
So anyway, what about this bloody cat?
Well, apparently he makes really good cakes because he's got a good whisker.
They never get old.
Incorrigible. So do we have a story about him, Leo?
No, the main story was that he's still around, he's still going, and like you say, he's quite old for a cat
But what's the significance of this coming up this week?
because it was his anniversary.
15
I'm
years.
sorry,
15-year
15-year
anniversary.
anniversary. All right. Happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary, dear Larry. Happy anniversary to you.
Keep mousing, big guy.
Wow.
Chief Mouser. Chief Mouser. What's the next
Chief
story?
Mouser. Well, the next story is about reform. And there's a famous writer in the UK called Russell T Davies. He did a show called Queer as Folk, which was a very groundbreaking show.
Yeah,
I
never saw it, but I heard of it.
Yeah,
Everybody
it
loved
was like
He
the
doesn't
first-
have a television hour, Brooke.
It was the first time that you had real gay relationships on TV.
Yeah.
And Russell T Davies then went on to be the head writer for Doctor Who, or the new series.
Mm-hmm.
And he came out this week and said that reform will push gay rights backwards 10 years.
Who was the doctor when he was writing for them?
We had Christopher Eccleston,
No.
and then we had David Tennant,
No.
and then the rest of them I don't really know.
But both of those while he was writing.
Yes, that's right.
So he's basically an icon in the LGBTQ plus community.
That's right.
And he is putting his crosshairs on reform. There was a commentator that responded to that, and I don't know the fellow's name. You probably know him. And he said something like, reform's got more gays than the Heaven nightclub.
That's true. It's very true, and that's why I thought it was quite
Who's
an
your
interesting
favorite
thing
Doctor
to say.
Who?
I'm not really into it, Roger, to be honest with you. I would
You?
say David Tennant, because David Tennant's a fantastic actor.
He's a brilliant actor.
Yeah.
But my favorite is Matt Smith.
Matt Smith, yeah.
Have you seen Matt Smith in this new series, Death of Bunny Malone?
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, you got to watch it. He's absolutely amazing.
Are you a Doctor Who fan, Roger?
No, my wife is.
Oh, okay.
But she's from Cardiff, and I used to live between Cardiff and London, so I'm a Doctor Who fan because that's where they make it. But Matt Smith was absolutely unbelievable. But we're straying from the subject, which was...
We or you?
Me.
Okay.
Well, the cat should be straying.
So we talked about the cat, and we had moved on to, I think you called it reform.
So
what's happening with reform? They've got all these ex-Tories. I mean, many people say that Nigel Farage has tremendous charisma, and I know him. He does. And he's fantastic, and they've got great ideas of it. But they've got no infrastructure. There's no political party there, but they do have 3-odd years to get that together. But they're now bringing on board these defecting big beasts from the Conservatives.
Yes.
So are we going to have the Tory party all over again? Oh, my God, no, please, anything but that.
Well, he's been foraging, hasn't he? Or faraging, I mean.
Foraging,
for new talent.
I mean, it only matters if, say, Farage becomes prime minister, if it's like, say, Trump's first term, where, Roger, I think you observed a few weeks ago, Trump appointed who he was told to his first term, and then his second term who he thought was loyal to him.
Absolutely. Well, no, who he thought would do the right job.
Right, but
You just, as I did not too long, you just have to spend some time around people like Marco Rubio or watch him go into Venezuela and see the absolute sheer talent these people have that he's picked. Or Pam Bondi, the gorgeous blonde attorney general.
She's very feisty.
He's picked people. I mean, come on. The guy ran, we've got a fake imitation of it from Alan Sugar called The Apprentice, but the guy invented and ran The Apprentice for 40 years. He knows a thing or two about picking people. And the first time, you're right, in order to get into power and kind of like Bibi Netanyahu having to please all these different factions, he had to please all these people in America and appoint all these guys he was told to appoint, who he probably didn't want. This time around, he knows what he's doing, and, he's appointed some amazing people.
it's very rare for a politician to lose my trust and then regain it.
Yeah.
And in the case of Marco Rubio, he was quite a bit of a neocon,
Yeah.
but the way he...
You better explain to our non-American audience what a neocon
A
is.
neoconservative is someone who is a little too ambitious with foreign policy with regard to, let's say, invading Iraq or Afghanistan.
They're also known as hawks, right?
Yeah, war hawks. They're war
Hawks.
hawks. Yeah, and
They can be hawks, but not necessarily. Let's keep it.
Oh, there's a
I don't
difference
know. I
between
think a neocon and a war
hawk.
hawk are one and the same.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the idea. That they tend to think that America should police the world. I don't think America should not police the world. Someone's going to police the world. Someone's going to protect the high seas. Do you want it to be Russia? Do you want it to be China?
Absolutely not.
I mean, it's just amazing how, well, it's basically the media and then the populace, how they don't understand that. I mean, take Greenland, for example.
Well, that's what he wants to do.
Yeah. Oh, don't you just love this program? Come on, folks. Come on, raise your hands that are at home if there's nothing like this that you've ever seen before. Huh?
Nobody?
Come on. Oh, look at all the hands. Look at that. Anyway, yeah.
They're all German. Yeah.
Take the
Just
green.
don't be raising them like this.
Yeah, don't raise like that. No. Yeah, this man is incorrigible. Take Greenland. I mean, if he didn't take Greenland, Russia or China would take it in 5 minutes, and we'd have another bay of frozen pigs. Do you know the world is so strange? Young people today, I was in a production meeting a couple of weeks ago with a bunch of people, and I referred to that bay of frozen pigs, and this guy looked at me, I think he was 12, and he said he was in charge of, worldwide production for a big studio. And he said, and he was already getting a little old for the job, and he said, Bay of Frozen Pigs, what's that mean? I said, well, it's the Bay of Pigs, but they're in Greenland where it's freezing. He said, yeah, but what's the Bay of Pigs? And I went, oh, my God,
Yeah.
So, but
You
I
don't
mean,
need
that's
it.
what's
It's
going to
young
happen.
people- young people don't need to know history anymore. They've got all the answers without ever reading a history book.
I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you,
Yeah.
I'd like to claim that it's my theory, but it's not. I heard it. In our lifetime, and in most people still, in their lifetime today, things worked on a vertical axis. You listened to experts. You listened to people above you on the food chain, if you will, who knew more than you did. You listened to people who'd specialized in a field, and they could tell you stuff that nobody else knew.
Mm-hmm.
And those were the people, heart surgeons and political law professors and today it's shifted to a horizontal plane. You listen to your peers and you listen to who's got the most followers on Insta.
Hmm?
Do you know
Yeah.
what I think?
Absolutely ridiculous.
Do you know why that is, Roger? Because we are, I think, undergoing a cultural shift and change where the elites, the post-war consensus, if you want to call it that, I mean, you've got people out there that are starting to say, I think Hitler was right. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right? That whole, if you want to call it belief, is fading. And I think there's going to be a big change, particularly in the next 10 years.
Some
It's
of
all
the-
going to flip.
Some of this is the problem of the experts, because is the longer certain institutions are around, the more likely they are to become corrupt, whether it's the Catholic Church or any political organization or party like the Tories. And so what happens is the experts are human beings, and they allow themselves to be corrupted by some money influence, and so they begin to lie instead of be the experts.
Money or power.
Yeah. So they're paid to lie, and there's been a lot of paid liars over the years, and the internet has started to reveal all of them,
Yeah.
and the truth surfaces, and so the young people lose trust, and then you have groups trying to take advantage of the loss of trust among young people by fomenting a color revolution, so that they can get destroy the West.
That's right. That's what explains why the only people you can trust are your peers. Oh my God, he's got 1 million followers. We better listen to what he says, even though he's got I mean, look at this guy, Zach Polanski. He talks complete nonsense. He's got no background, no.
Well, he has got a background, and I'll tell you what it is. His name is David Poulsen.
Absolutely changed his
So
name.
he's changed his name to feel a little bit edgy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what? He's not Polish descent.
No, he's Jewish.
He's Jewish, so he's come up with an uber-Jewish name.
Oh, I see.
And he
Interesting.
wants, Zach, of course, is making him...
He's anti-Zionist and anti-Israel and anti-capitalist and anti-everything and completely net zero nuts and all the rest
Was
of it.
he? Did I see his news in the name in the news because he was championing Mamdani?
Well, he will have been.
He probably would have
Will
been, yeah.
yeah. But I mean, he was basically
I
a
just saw his
Harley
name.
Street hypnotherapist who allegedly hypnotized women and taught them, how to grow their breasts through hypnosis.
Huh?
He said something quite controversial as well about immigrants.
Yeah.
He was trying to be pro-immigration by saying, it was on Question Time, BBC's Question Time, he said, do you want to be wiping asses or do you want the immigrants to be doing it?
Yeah.
Because that's what they're doing.
Now,
And he said to be pro-immigration.
Right.
I have been trying.
That's a very, very
Racist.
ignorant thing to say.
I have been trying to get him to debate Lois Perry, who appears on this show from time to time, who's the former head of UKIP for a very short while, who is Nigel Farage's muse, if you will, and quite an important figure in reform, and runs the UK and Europe branch of the Heartland Institute from Chicago, which is my hometown, which is an anti-net zero think tank. And his people keep refusing to let him debate her on net zero and on the Middle East. But he's absolutely, as far as I'm concerned, full of beans, talking utter nonsense, but he's very convincing because people, as Brooke says, have lost trust and are looking across the horizontal spectrum rather than the vertical for expertise. Who's got the most followers? Who makes the most noise? And that's where Zach Polanski comes from. And it's a ridiculous age for us to be living in.
I think, Mark, it was you that pointed out that people on the left, they want to squash debate because they can't stand up to debate. Their arguments don't. Yeah, their arguments can't actually stand up to debate.
You can't reason with them. This is the problem.
Yeah, right, exactly.
There's no discourse.
Yeah, there is no, like, I don't know who used to debate, like on one of these real-time shows, like back in the day, William F. Buckley would be one guy, and Noam Chomsky would be the other guy. Yeah. And you could really chew on all their intellect. And
really smart guys.
Yeah, and they really go toe-to-toe.
And Gore Vidal.
Gore Vidal, yeah,
all of this stuff. But that age, and who was the other guy? William... Oh, gosh, there was a Plum something. I can't remember. Okay. But anyway, that day of David Starkey kind of debate, if you will, is out the window. Look, sad. I mean, I try to be, as a broadcaster, I try to be neutral, as neutral as I can be. I mean, I'm not neutral in the face of absurdity and nonsense, but, I do try to be neutral. And I notice how when I say something that the left doesn't like, I get a pile on social media. When I say something, trying to be fair, that they do like, I don't get so much of a pile on, but they just absolutely love it. It's all, a dichotomy. You're either black or you're white. It's ridiculous because nothing is like that.
You know what I think it ultimately comes down to. This is maybe a controversial statement, but New Labour, and probably over in America as well, there was an obsession with getting as many young people to university as possible. Yeah. And I think there are too many people, graduates, who did Mickey Mouse degrees, who are entitled. And they don't know what to do with themselves other than jump on causes.
Good point.
And I think that's what it comes down to. And a lot of young people today have a degree in sociology. They can't get any work. They're in mountains of debt. It's very easy for them to jump on this bandwagon.
You get the Shaw Award for perspicacity. Absolutely. Okay, let's move on. What's the next subject?
Sorry, I'm breaking the rhythm because that was
okay.
A fine way to tail off. I just want to say that we started off that conversation about Nigel Farage and the LGBTQ plus community attacking reform, and i.e. its leader Farage. Apparently, Farage at some point said, calling gay marriage is wrong. But it's a settled issue, and that's what someone took issue with, apparently. Now, I used to be in the camp, of course, that didn't care. Of course, two people who love each other, whatever sex they are, can call their civil partnership a marriage. I don't find that to be a big deal. But as time's gone on, and you see how language is starting to be distorted, because marriage was always between a man and a woman. Now it's between same sex or a man and a woman. But now, man and woman is starting to shift. And now we have people saying that pushing back on trans women being in ladies' bathrooms is anti-woman. Because the definition of woman is changing, just like the definition of marriage is changing. So there's a pattern of changing.
Sorry. You're kind of going all over the place.
Yeah.
What's your point?
The point is that we have to be careful that people can't destroy the meaning of words, because that's their game.
Whoa, go back. We were talking about reform. What's your point that you wanted
My
to make
point
about
is-
Nigel and reform?
My point is that Nigel is was maybe right to say that, and I think he was right to maybe say that marriage is between a man and a woman. I don't think it's that big of a deal to change the definition of marriage, but it is a big deal to change the definition of men and women, and Nigel should stand up to that. But the LGBTQ community is not all one group. The LGB are getting taken for a ride with the QBT plus or whatever the rest.
Yeah.
Gay, lesbian, bisexual. There a lot of that community are conservative.
Well, just one thing on that. I mean, marriage is an institution, and so is Broadmoor.
Look, I think we've gone way off the track.
Sorry,
here.
can I
just bring it back?
We're talking
This
about.
will probably make the cutting room.
We're
Can I
talking.
bring it back to
No,
reform?
leave it in.
Yeah,
It's-
back to reform. Yeah,
I think it's very good to leave this in. I think it's very good because it shows, nobody's come here with speeches that they wanted to make. People are thinking
People are
freely.
genuinely
That's
debating.
Yeah.
very good.
I just want to bring it
That's
back
right.
onto
Now,
reform,
hold on,
Roger. Is that
hold on,
right?
Hold on. What we were talking about is reform, and I introduced the fact that they're bringing in all these Tories. And the question I was going to raise is, are we going to be, reform is going to win the next election. Are we going to be voting for the Tory party all over again? Because I sure don't want to do that.
Well, it's a gamble with Farage. Because on one hand, he needs to convert
He's
Tories.
doing this because he's been told he doesn't have infrastructure. So he's bringing all these big beasts in.
You've got the two big beasts of Jenrick and Suella Braverman. Braverman will be the shadow education secretary, and Jenrick will be the shadow.
And by the way, neither of them is a real big beast like a Michael Heseltine or somebody
Exactly.
like
I
that.
mean, compared to even the new Labour people, they're not really
Yeah.
big beasts. But it's a gamble. He's immediately lost voters to a new party called Restore, which is formed by a guy called Rupert Lowe, who was once part of Reform.
Or Habib's party.
And Habib as well, he is part of that. Katie Hopkins as well, if anyone knows her.
The four of us should
Anyone knows her. We love Katie.
I love Katie Hopkins personally.
the four of us should start a party called Replenish. I'm seeing the pattern here.
So the
I think we should start a party called Enough.
the by-election next week is a crucial.
Now you're getting to the
by-election.
point.
That
Go on.
really is.
Go.
Because you've got, for instance, the
Hold on,
Greens are claiming they're going
Yeah,
to
blah,
win it.
blah with that. All that. What's going to happen?
My opinion on what's going to happen. If I was a betting man, I would say Reform are going to win that particular constituency.
Anybody disagree?
I would actually go with the bookies. And the bookies are saying that Restore will eat into the Reform vote, and then Labour will win.
I mean, there's no doubt
Labour
that.
will win.
Yeah,
Not
there's
the
no
Greens.
doubt that the
Not the
right.
Greens.
I said this 2 years ago.
But
The right
anything
is
could happen.
the right is eating itself if they don't get together. They're
Yeah,
devouring
of course.
each other.
Yeah,
course.
Trump made this point in America with the libertarians,
Mhm.
but there should be coalitions formed. I mean, if there are this group, I guess they're called Restore. What's their beef?
Well, Rupert Lowe was kicked out because he was seen by Nigel Farage as being racist. Rupert Lowe said that we should look at something which is called remigration, which is basically looking at people, regardless of whether they have a British passport or not, potentially being remigrated to another country and being deported, even if they were born in the country and even if they have British
Because
passports.
we don't like them.
Well, this is what a lot of the people that are going to move over to Restore say. They said that it's actually a valid point. You can say that a lot of people that have had passports in the last 10 years, in particular, they are not really British. They just have a British passport.
I agree. I mean, chubby Iranians with afros should go, for example.
I'll be the first gone. But
it's
it's
a
gamble.
strange thing, politics, because inevitably, whatever your political point of view, left, right, whatever, there's going to be some racists that align
course.
themselves with the organization.
Sure.
And so it's really uncomfortable for those of us. Like, I have a multicultural family. My wife's of Hindu heritage. My kids are mixed race, if that's how you want to say it or whatever. And so I get I don't like racism, but I also realize like sometimes a racist wants
Your
to
wife's of Hindu heritage.
she's of Sri
What-
Lankan heritage.
Well, what do you think you are, J.D. Vance or something?
Apparently, he's still a racist, even though his wife's Hindu. I think it's really odd that this
Vance.
lefty point of view. What I'm saying is that sometimes a racist.
It's going to be Marco Rubio next time, not Vance.
I love Marco Rubio because
I love him.
He's from Cuba. His parents.
No, you
came
go
from
to
Cuba.
Miami, where I just came from, and you just see how great he was when he was there, how much they love him.
Anybody who knows the horrors of communism like he does is the perfect pick. you
Yeah.
know. Don't say you can't say the Republicans are racist. Marco Rubio's, he's from Havana or whatever. But I don't mind aligning myself with racist if they like to be free, because that just makes my kids free. And the racists can go party at their
Every
racist
party
club,
and every
but we're all
cause is going to
free.
have every
Yeah,
party and
that's a
So
good point.
let them be racist. I'm not hanging out
every
with them.
party
Yeah.
and every cause is going to have libertarians and racists and all kinds of people attached to it. That doesn't mean that's the essence of the party. Okay, what's next? Next story.
I just wanted to say as well, just one last point on this.
Okay, you Persians always
One
have
last
to have
point.
the last
We always
word.
have to have the last word. I always find it very amusing to me that the far left and the far right,
Yeah.
they both seem to hate Jews.
Yeah.
Which to me is just like, well, you're both just as bad as each other then, because
Yeah, they
they
meet
all
at
believe
the
in this weird
Magnus.
Jewish conspiracy, and that's the same as the far right as they do the far left.
Yeah.
What do you think
I
about
like
that,
that
Roger?
thing. If the
Boy.
Jews, the conspiracy, whatever. If the Jews control the world, the Jews control the media. How come they got such shitty press?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The only thing I'd like to say is this: I don't like the look of my mate Ray's cyst, and that's a racist joke.
Raise cyst. Oh gee. Oh my God.
Racist.
Get the hook. Somebody get the hook.
You know that.
You remember that in vaudeville? They used to get the hook and stick it around his neck and pull him off the stage. Yeah.
the whole
It sounds
the
like
whole
a night.
my life's shit because of somebody Jewish is an old tripe. It's like anybody who rolls that out is just
You
a
lose
tired
me.
thing.
You lose
Yeah.
me when you say that. You completely lose me.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
like,
I totally agree.
It's just
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Okay. What's the next story?
What's the next story?
The next story,
Jews probably stole it.
Jew story.
Yeah, yeah.
We were talking about the Munich conference.
Yeah.
The Munich conference. Do you have anything to say about that?
Yes, please.
I actually don't really know much about it,
No.
but I put it on the list.
That never stopped. That never stopped you from talking about something.
Well, what came to mind, everybody, is that I've mentioned this in previous times together that when credit expands, we're all pals. When credit contracts, the finger pointing starts, and the war drums start to beat. And so this Munich conference, at one part of it was them galvanizing Europe to marshal the troops. And there's now literally business opportunities, because war is a racket, war is a business, finding European unicorn companies. There's the next thing. If you missed Bitcoin, if you missed gold, well, guess what? You can go look for the new Northrop Grumman here in Europe. And if you get in early, you can profit off all the bloodshed.
Mm-hmm. It's
It's
Wow.
that grim.
Wow.
yeah, war
Wow.
is a good business, isn't it?
Wow. Okay.
And
So tell us about the Munich conference.
well, Starmer went there. Starmer's been dealing with quite a lot this week. He had the elections situation, which we've talked about. We haven't really talked
No, we
about
haven't
that.
talked
No, we haven't
about
talked
that
about
yet,
that. So just to sort of
the local elections,
The
yeah,
local
so
elections.
which were almost called off.
they were almost called
which
off.
he's done a U-turn on.
That's right.
I was amazed. Keir Starmer did a U-turn.
Never happened before. Yeah.
It makes him look very ineffectual and very weak.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't that hard to do?
Well, Starmer has a knack of doing it. I don't know how he does it, but he does it so well.
The way that guy, the football manager, the billionaire that got in trouble for talking about immigration the other day, he mentioned that Keir Starmer's a nice person. I think that's
Ratcliffe
probably
is
true.
his name.
Keir
yeah.
Starmer's nice.
what do we all
Ratcliffe
think
the
about
richest
that?
man in England?
He's one of. Yeah, I think so. I think
Ineos, his chemical company.
He's since moved to Monaco. He's now relocated to
I
Monaco.
thought he lived in Singapore.
He
I heard
recorded from
Monaco.
Monaco. He recorded from Monaco. But what do we all think about that? Do we think it was a poor choice of language, or do you think there is
I
fact in what he was saying?
I think he knows exactly what he's saying.
Yeah, he's a smart guy.
Jim Ratcliffe.
Jim Ratcliffe, I think it's a bad look. to come out with a comment like that.
What was his comment? I kind of caught it. He was just saying basically, he used the word colonize, but but he spoke. He
Colonize.
He went back on that.
Yeah.
He walked that back. He said, I chose the wrong word, but
Yeah.
his point is the same, which is you can't just throw 12 million new people from a different country in and not expect that to influence
So
This was all started by Angela Merkel, the idiot. She brought 1 million people into Germany and said, "Oh my God, look what's happened! Why is this?" You know, I mean, it was ridiculous.
As a percentage, we've had an increase of 20%
Yeah.
of our population. That's higher by far than any country in Europe.
Yeah.
And that's all come from the 12 million
all of us
immigrants.
are immigrants
really.
except for Mark, you know.
But it could have
That's true,
been
actually.
it could have been put in a different way,
Yeah.
and had it been,
I went
It
out
would
with a
have
girl
sounded
once who
better.
said that to me.
is that right?
I'll say this, Mark.
Where did you go out? Yeah.
His point still stands. I mean, the
Yeah.
point is that you have the hecklers and the hyenas that will take issue with the wrong point, which is, yes, he used the wrong word, colonize, but also think about what he was saying. He was just saying,
Yes.
that this is too much for the country to accept. It's too much social chaos, which is what we're experiencing.
It is
Yeah.
true.
We're experiencing, that's very good. We're experiencing nothing but social chaos these days, don't you think?
I think so.
I wake up in the morning and I wake up in a pool of social chaos. It's what's all around. No, seriously. It's unbelievable what they've done to this country. I mean, I don't know if you've watched in the last 48 hours the various programs on youth unemployment
Mm.
and what the national insurance hike and all the rest of the bullshit from the Labour
It's
Party
ridiculous.
has done to the employment and the property markets in this country. It's just extraordinary.
I just came from.
I have a friend who has an office in an office building in Piccadilly. The building is worth £75 million. It's just been sold for $57 million
Wow.
because that's all they could get for it. That's what's happening.
It's a
to the
commercial property?
market. Yeah, it's an office building.
Well, I mean, lockdowns did that.
Yeah.
They just solidified the old work from home.
But I don't.
No, it's not. No, these are fully occupied, very popular buildings right in Piccadilly. This isn't some.
Though it was a bubble. I mean, the market's right. It wasn't worth. It was worth $75 million in the bubble. It's really worth. What'd you say? 57.
57.
There was a bubble, post-COVID bubble.
There
Because
could have been. Yeah.
He thought
think
that
so.
The
rather
market
than,
speaks.
yeah.
he thought that the property market has collapsed. Look, I walk down the street in my neighborhood by estate agents that have closed their window. They're gone.
Yeah, actually, I was in last week. I was in an estate agent's office. He told me to fuck off. I said, you've got to lets.
Got
We
to
can't
let.
keep 'em going.
I'm afraid you've got Tourette's. King of the one-liners, folks. You don't like it? Fuck off.
Exactly. Yeah. Fuck you, hipsters. Yeah.
You just made that up.
No.
Amazing. What's next?
What have we got next?
What have we
We had the student loan thing. So the
Oh yeah, that's
student
so
loan.
explain what it- explain
Student
what's
loan
going on.
sharks.
student loan
That's what it
sharks.
should be.
All
So
right, Mark, go ahead.
Well, the whole system is completely absurd, and like you've got people who are paying a modest amount each month, but they're on like Uber earnings. They're on nothing. So it's just completely ridiculous, the whole of that system. But of course, when I was their age, not only were the fees free, but I got £1,000 a year from the government.
Yeah.
And £1,000 then, in the mid-70s, was a lot of money.
But not everybody used to go to university then. Back then, you had to be a somewhat intelligent person
Yep,
to be sponsored,
yep,
to be educated, so that you could move into kind of middle
Yeah.
to upper management UK. And then if you were someone like me who was not as bright, then you could go make a decent living in a factory. building tractors or something like that.
Whatever, yeah. It's clearly a huge mistake, and Blair was one of the
He was a big
organisers of this.
and then he was carried on by the Tories and the Lib Dems.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
To push.
Yep.
But you know what? We can blame, and that's true. But it happened in America too, which is the longer the universities were around and the longer people started to get loans, the more corrupt it got. And then bullshit degrees started to get invented. So people started getting gender studies degrees or something that aren't really landing them jobs when they get out. No. And everybody made money. The professors made money. The banks made money. And now these young people are kept holding the bag because they were gullible and naive. It's not that it's not their fault, but everybody around them was doing it, and you know, it's just like a mob. It was a mob of people borrowing money for bullshit degrees that nobody wants to give them a job 100%. For now.
Yep.
Terrible.
The thing that offends me most about it
I interviewed some employment experts not long ago on my other program, and I mean, they were saying that a new phenomenon is that you go for a 3-hour interview in a company and meet 20 people, and then you never hear from them again.
There aren't enough jobs, Roger.
They don't.
You know, here's the thing: there may not be enough jobs, or there may not be enough jobs that people want. And guess what? Trashmen make pretty damn good money.
Yeah.
It's just nobody wants to introduce
Tube
themselves
drivers are like
to a girl in a bar and say, "What do you do?" I pick up the trash every day. I make 70,000 pounds a year, but
I drive a tube and I get 80 grand.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah,
good,
of course. These are fantastic jobs. It's so people.
I'd take one.
And then the other thing is, we know damn well that if you work hard and hustle, you can still do pretty well.
Yeah.
So there is this misconception among the youth, I believe, that just thinks that all the generations that ever came before them just had it easy.
And it's not just the youth. You can't find a job at my age either. Nobody wants you.
The ageist,
Yeah.
Two things I wanted to say. First of all, what offends me most about the university thing is that it was sold as a means of social mobility, when in fact it's an incredibly regressive system.
Yes.
The rich don't have to pay it, and the poorer people in society are shouldering this amount of debt through their entire lives.
It's intolerable. I just think we should all turn to soft crime, frankly.
Listen, this is the thing, though.
Still
we
stakes.
all know those students that never wanted to face the real world, never wanted to face the free market, and just stayed in school forever and ever and ever, and then have $100 grand in debt,
entitled,
unemployable,
never intend to pay it back.
And because they like it's kind of fun if you're good at studying.
Yeah.
Which I wasn't, but if you're good at it, you
Do you
can
like
kind of
my
sit
micro-
around and study your whole life.
You like my microphone there? It's almost 300 quid. It's a really good microphone.
It's great.
Yeah,
Man,
absolutely. Yeah. All right, yeah.
That one's a little more an old reliable kind of 160 kind of.
Very nice too. Yeah. But no, it's terrible. These programs the last couple of days with the young people trying. This one girl, this pretty little girl, 260 job applications she has filed, and she has fuck all.
You know what? Come on. You can't go out there and meet people and find a job. Every job I ever got was through making friends.
Mm-hmm.
Go make friends and find a bloody job.
I'm from Chicago. Every job I ever got was making them an offer they couldn't refuse.
I just don't get it,
I've got a part-time job in a bowling alley. I'm temping.
Mate.
I don't know. Yeah, the place is called Pin.
Take care of you.
The place is called Pins and Needles.
Oh,
yeah. Okay.
I remember when I got out of university in 1996, the stock market was racing up.
Somebody's going to strike you. You keep talking like that.
Oh, come on.
Everybody was borrowing, making money, and buying houses and stuff. And I didn't want to go into debt. I was $6,000 or $8,000 in debt. I wanted to get out of debt. And I got myself out of debt. But I remember everybody having more money than me. I remember having to sneak in the back of movie theaters or have a girl over to sit on my mattress on the floor and eat a frozen pizza. I mean, it was
kinky.
Was that during sex? Was that during sex?
But I mean,
I want to be a crypto bro.
You got to sacrifice.
I want to be a crypto
You have
bro
to
as well.
sacrifice to get yourself in the green or in the black.
Yeah, so you got to sacrifice.
We could start our own meme coin.
Why not?
The
Yeah.
Roger coin.
Roger
The Gewolb
Roger,
coin.
Yeah.
Roger coin,
Yeah.
Dr. Roger coin.
Yeah.
That would work.
Why? I mean, everybody knows me
Everyone's got a
on
coin.
television as Dr. Roger. Why don't we have a Dr. Roger coin?
Why not?
That could
Yeah.
How
work.
hard would that be
Because
to start?
it'd be a bloody ripoff.
Yeah, no, it's a pump
Good
and dump,
old-fashioned
man. It's a
pump
pump
and
and dump.
Sounds good. I'm in.
Okay, we got any more stories?
Yeah.
Or have we
think
run
we
out
had,
of steam?
I think we had
I
one
think-
more.
Did
One
we?
more.
I can't remember. I, don't
can't
think
remember
so.
what
Well,
it
you know
was.
what? I want to
All.
say something about the student loan thing.
These
the actual-
people, I think these people are on drugs because they can never remember our stories.
Roger, the least prepped guy, you just stroll in here downstairs in your own building and just sit down and make it happen. So remember, the whole point of your news suggestion was that they were freezing the level of income that a person needed to make before they started garnishing their wages,
Yes.
around 30,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, who garnishes wages?
So apparently, if you're in student debt, you can make up to 30,000 pounds
Before they start making you repay.
Yeah, that's right.
Then they start garnishing 9% of your wages
Wow.
thereafter.
Yeah, which is
Sons
a
of
lot.
bitches. No
Yeah.
kidding.
Okay, so here's the thing, is that when they freeze that income level at 30,000 pounds until 2030, we're going to get, in the next 4 years, we're going to get a lot of inflation. The bloody paper boy is going to be making 30,000 pounds.
Yes.
So what they're really saying to these young people who voted for this shit, you voted for Keir Starmer, young people, and you're going to get it good, what you want, good and hard,
Yeah.
is that now your wages are going to go up. You will be making 60 or 90,000 pounds a year because a loaf of bread will be 500 pounds
Yeah.
a year with the level
Yeah.
of money
No,
they're
we need
printing.
soft crime. That's the only answer.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, like soft
Mark
crime
will
is,
lead us in that.
what's it?
Yeah.
OnlyFans is not soft crime, but it's like soft porn. I mean, you know, the
No,
kids get
I'm
on
talking
and-
about soft crime, where you can rob a bank or something.
the best way to rob a
Did
bank
you
is
know
to
that?
own one.
Did you know that 1 in 10 women under 25, 18 to 25 in this country, have an OnlyFans account?
No.
1 in 10.
1 in 10.
That's the new dating app, I guess.
But that's very
You
saturated.
better explain to some of our non-UK or whatever viewers what
Everyone knows
OnlyFans is.
I mean, I've never, I'm
Yeah, he knows nothing about it, but
No,
he's going to
it's-
tell you. Though.
it's-
Look, I hang out in the comedy clubs. I hear what it's all about. It's basically you can go on there if you've got any goods to sell, a little flesh. If you got a nice set of knockers, Raj.
Have you
you
thought
can-
about it,
No,
Roger?
he's got a doorbell. Yeah.
I got a ring doorbell.
Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of an old-fashioned
I can
thing.
send dick pics if they come to my door like that.
It's efficiency. It's the old-fashioned thing of a young lady getting a sugar daddy for one.
Right.
But now it's on the internet.
Yeah.
What about sugar daddies? Let's talk about that.
I'm not yet there.
Having one.
We
Yeah,
get
I mean-
we get one. I might get one.
Yeah, I'd like to get one.
We
I'd
got
like
no
to get one
chance,
as well.
man.
We need to go on
Can you
seeking
get
arrangements or
sugar
something like
daddies
that.
who are over 100?
yeah. Roger, you get a sugar daddy. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well,
That would be crazy.
Yeah, I remember this couple went to this lawyer in New York, and they said, we're here to get a divorce. And he said, a divorce? He said, how old are you, if you don't mind my asking? He said, I'm 98, and she's 94. And he said, how long you been married? He said, 72 years. 72 years. He said, how long has the marriage been not so good? He said, since the first month. He said, really? He said, well, I mean, and only now you come to me for a divorce? He said, well, we thought we'd wait till the kids was dead.
That's funny.
very good. Okay.
That's cool.
That's a great
Well,
joke.
it's been great.
So we got another topic. We
These
got
guys
something
want me to become a stand-up comic. See, this is the deal.
else. We've been begging it.
Yeah.
That's all.
Begging me
Yeah,
to.
I mean,
They're training
we
me
gotta
to
do
do
it.
stand-up. What do you think, folks? Should I do stand-up?
Leave
No,
a leave a comment.
You might
Like and
need
leave
to
a comment.
Sit down. Yeah.
we got another.
We did have another topic. What
Yeah.
was
So we did the kitty cat. We did the European Council.
it? Yeah.
We did
Munich
Farage
Reform.
getting
And
challenged.
the cat.
We did
Student
student
loans.
loans.
It's been great. It's been great.
It's
did
been a
student
great,
loans.
great session today.
Best ever.
And I think
that's
there's
it.
one more.
And
There's
the new
one more, but we
setup-
can't remember it. So does it matter?
Maybe only
Time
because
we
it
on.
would be
Next
fun.
week.
The new setup.
Let's see what it is. Yeah.
Cameras, but you haven't used the fancy cameras.
Mark, you got your phone on you.
Why didn't you use
Check.
the fancy cameras?
Have you got
Because
your phone
we
on? No, it's
couldn't
filming.
get the SD cards working.
Oh, they said they were.
I'll
full.
turn it on
Yeah,
and
we
I'll have a look.
took it all off and they were still full, so we'll figure it out. But we're all right. So yeah, let's because if we got one more topic, we might as well chew on it.
Racing with the moon.
Let's do it.
Up. What? So Mark Rivlin is now going to. I mean, it's not that we're killing
This is
time,
how
but we are.
prep we
This
are.
is so good. This is so much better than the bullshit that you see on television all day. And this is so much better than the crapola that you get on so much digital TV, video, that we are going to have Mark Rivlin give you a few one-liners.
Well, Mark, we're looking up our topic. We're
Oh,
on-
social media ban.
Banning
Oh, yeah.
16-year-olds.
That's
Okay.
a really good topic. We should definitely talk about that.
Yeah.
Should 60... They've done it in Australia,
I
right?
know.
They have.
right.
Should 16...
Well, because they're good down under there, you see.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
Oh my.
You know, it's all,
Should 16-year-olds be banned from social media? What do you think, folks? Let us know at Deadliners58, Deadliners58 at Gmail, at Deadliners58 on YouTube or X or whatever, or email us, deadliners58 at gmail.com. Write to us and tell us what you think. Should social media be banned for 16-year-olds
And under.
and under?
yeah, only 16.
Just
when you're
16-year-olds.
15.
If you're 15, you're fine.
Well, why don't we
16,
just
no.
why don't we just ask Rolf Harris?
Yeah, oh, yeah, he's a bad.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very
old
good. Or
pedophile.
Jimmy Savile.
Yeah.
Or
Or
Savile.
Jimmy Savile, yeah, why
Or
not?
Hugh Edwards.
I've got a thought on this.
It's a very interesting one. I'm very interested to hear your thought.
Go, Leo, go.
Well, Brooke first, because I think on one hand I say that all the facts say that it's incredibly bad for a developing mind. However, I don't like the idea of big government, big state telling us what we can and can't do.
Right.
So I'm kind of in the middle, really, and I'm curious to see what you think, Brooke, and what everyone else thinks.
You ban social media for 16 and under in your house as the parent, but the government being the parent in this case, I think it's overkill. Kids do get themselves in trouble on social media.
Man, nobody ever wants the government to be the parent. I mean, that's 1984, man. That's just, we don't want that.
Which is exactly right. In this case in Australia, for example.
But how about, you just touched it with your pinky, how about governments that don't ban it? How about parents, more importantly, that don't ban it? Then who's going to take over?
Well, then the kids learn hard, valuable lessons about how they can get their asses in big trouble.
They don't
for certain
learn. They
stuff.
just get their asses in trouble, full stop.
Am I right in thinking that the Australian version is for when they are at school? Is that right? Only.
I'm not sure.
I think it's a total
I'm
ban.
not sure. We need
But
to
we've
It's a
already
total
I think it's a total
We've
ban.
already
Okay, that's
stepped
different.
and
We
we've already
need to
stepped over
research
the
that.
thresholds here in the UK. We have school personnel now policing kids for what they say outside of school, even though that violates the law.
Australia is very much a nanny state.
Yeah,
For example, you
Yeah.
can't get a double in Australia. You have to get 2 singles.
Really?
That's from what I'm aware.
What, at a bar?
At a
And as
bar.
far as this is going,
Well, no,
because-
wait a minute. I do a regular column for Sky News Australia, and I've never heard that. I'll ask them.
Ask them.
You can't order a double?
That's what I've heard. You have to order 2 singles.
I'm going to ask my editor at
Ask
Sky
him.
News
Yeah, ask him,
in
'cause
Melbourne,
that's what I'm
in-
led to
in
believe.
Sydney. Oh, hello. Could I have 2 gin and tonics, please? Are you serious?
You can't have a double gin tonic.
I'm
You have to have
saying,
a
could
single.
I have 2 gin and tonics?
That's what you'd have to do if you want a double, yeah.
And the guy's not going to say, mate, it's just you standing here. Would you like a...
yeah, you need
'Cause
to
it's-
order a gin and tonic,
Yes.
and then a sidecar of a shot of gin.
Yes.
And
No,
they
no,
go-
no. Well, I don't know.
Oh, that's the way around it, right there. You know
They're
what I mean?
trying to curb problem drinking.
Folks, we've discussed a lot of things here. I'm going to cut across all this. We want to know, again, deadliners58 at gmail.com. Please, what burning issues do do you want this illustrious group of dunces to talk
Yeah,
about?
that's a great way to put it.
What do you want
Yes,
us to
come
talk
up with
about?
topics, folks.
Next week, this show is yours as far as I'm concerned. What we think we are fascinating beyond belief, entertaining, absolutely fabulous. But if you want to tell us we're shite and you'd rather we speak about something else, please let us know. I really want to see some emails to our inbox, please.
It's say it again, the email inbox.
Deadliners5858@gmail.com.
Now, back to our topic. There's a really important attribute to this, and I think Australia's proximity to China has something to do with this.
That's very interesting.
Because
And they're close, too.
Chinese government
People
buys.
use big words.
The Chinese government is buying UK bonds, buying Australian bonds, and that gives them influence over the government
100%.
by nature. I
And
mean,
property as
whoever's
well.
financing your current consumption, it has an influence over you. China's the sugar daddy of Australia.
Yeah.
Okay, so China has a horrific thing called a social credit score,
Yeah.
which is basically if you're out, you can't even ride the bus, and if you bow to the knee of the big powers, then you get to feed yourself.
Terrifying.
And so it is terrifying, and this whole idea of banning social media for 16-year-olds and under the guise of national security to keep you safe for the children, the usual three, bullshit tripes of government weaseling in some kind of totalitarian control, it manifests itself in that you have to prove your age.
But
When you have to prove your age, you are
there's-
tying your computer to your ID, to your
And
whole
we already have this with this
social media.
But it isn't
and also
that-
the bill with the
Yeah.
to protect from adult websites. You have to now, if you want to visit an adult website in the UK, you
This
have
is
to show your
incredible.
ID.
But it
You have to
isn't-
use a VPN.
Are we the foremost fabulous personalities on television?
No, but isn't there?
I mean,
Isn't
tell
there?
me the truth. I mean, there are so many wankers, on programs. I mean, are we not amazing? Aren't we wonderful?
Isn't there an issue
get
here,
cut.
though, that the government here in the UK want to bring down the age of when people can vote? Is that correct?
That's
Yeah,
one
yeah,
of the
yeah.
things
Yeah,
in there.
yeah, and
You can vote
and the
at
cut-off is
16.
16. Well, if you're old enough to vote, you're old enough to police yourself.
Yeah.
The social media.
Right,
Absolutely.
Right, yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
What I find most interesting about this hasn't actually come from the Labour government. It's come from the Labour peers in the House of Lords. There's a bill going through, a schools bill going through, and what they've suggested as an amendment is to have this social media ban. So then it will have to go back to Parliament to be discussed. But they feel there's because Australia obviously is doing it, there's a sort of a precedence to do it. But it hasn't been decided yet, and it hasn't come from the Labour government. It's come from the Lords, who are very, very old people.
Old
Like you,
school.
Richard.
Old school.
Mhm. The nanny state thing is just
I'm
too
older than
much.
I'm older than dirt.
We know social media is bad for
Soil.
us. We're just kids, grown up kids.
Absolutely.
Allegedly.
Yeah. So I mean, that social media is a challenge to overcome. Young people are going to have to figure it out the hard way or the easy way.
Alright.
But we don't need the Australian government or the UK
To tell
government
us what to do.
protecting our children, because
Yeah.
it's
Alright.
only for them to get more control.
Exactly.
All right, this is dragging on now,
Yeah.
and it's time for the nurse to take me back to my room. So,
Yeah.
so I want to thank you all for watching, and we'll be back next week, which is my half birthday. We're gonna have a big half birthday celebration.
It's my 5/8 birthday.
and it's his 5/8 birthday. Thank you all for watching. We
Thank you.
really hope you've enjoyed us, because we've enjoyed us. We think we're just absolutely bloody wonderful. And have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next week.